Hello. Morning, everybody. Sorry. Good afternoon. Not morning.
Afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. Let's start the lesson. Where were we? What did we do?
Hello, teacher.
Yes. What did I ask
Hello,
you?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So
Teacher,
what do you want to say?
yes, I would like to take a leave for today, teacher, because Wi-Fi in my house is not working, and right now I am using from the neighbor's house Wi-Fi to tell you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Everybody, let's start now. Course book or what book?
Workbook.
What book? So, for what book I have to check? Which one did I give you? Page
Page
number?
number 32
I
34.
30 and 34. Yes. Everybody got ready. What book? Okay. Tajuzin, would you like to read?
Yes. Link the sentences below using present participles for each verse. I need to read the each verse.
Wait. Present participles. Read the question first. She saw Tajuzin, would you like to read?
Yes, you mean each verse.
Mm.
She saw the child. She went toward him. She thought that he was lost. I need to answer too. Seems the child. She went toward him, thinking that he was lost.
How many participles can you see in this sentence?
3.
Yes, 3. Very nice way of writing, you see. And the main, you need to join 3 sentences with participles. The first one, time, you change it into time expression like seeing the child. So it means when she saw the child. It means like that. And put comma, the main phrase, she went towards him. And third one, about another action. So in this case, ing, another participle, thinking that he was lost. You must learn this idea. It is a nice way of writing. Homework next. A. Wait. E. And wait. Kevin, could you please tell me A? What is your
Number A.
Yes. There are 3 sentences.
We decide not to go any further, fearing what live in book, and gladly return back home.
Wait. Kevin, can you repeat for number A? Which one is the main phrase? Which one is the main phrase? Tell me first.
We decide not to go any further.
Is it the main phase? Okay. So the second one, we were afraid of what lived in the woods. So how will you say?
Recording in progress.
Being afraid. You can put the reason at the beginning. Okay. So we're afraid of, where is verb to be. So how will you change? Being afraid of. Kevin, can you repeat? Being
Being afraid of what live in the wood.
yeah, being afraid of what lived in the woods, comma, what?
And gladly we turn back home.
Huh? You put the main phrase in the middle. That is the reason, right? You would like to give reason. So being afraid of what lived in the woods, comma, we decided not to go
Why did I
any
not?
further, comma, what else? Gladly, it is a verb. Which one are you going to change? You could change verb ing for the main verb. So you are supposed to change turn. So it must be gladly turning back home. Gladly turning back home. I'll turn by. How about B?
Believing that I had the right skills, wanting to earn money during the summer holiday, I applied for the job.
Believing what is the main sentence? What did you do? You apply for the job, right? So believing I had the right skills, comma, I applied for the job, wanting to earn money during the summer holiday. So believe and want, you can put ing at the beginning and ending. I will say again, believing I had the right skills, comma, I wanted to, I applied for the job, wanting to earn money during the summer holiday. So, please note that time expression and reasons will be put at the front and at the end, suitably. Please check your work.
Okay, Chair.
The next one, Dileta, could you please try?
Yeah. Using their mobile phone, the visitor looked intrigued. Using their mobile phone, the visitor looked intrigued and took a lot of photograph.
What is the main action? What did the visitors do? The visitors took a lot of photographs. That is the main one, right? So the other two must be changed into participles. So which one should be at the front and which one should be at the end? Looking intrigued, comma. The visitor took a lot of photographs, comma, using their mobile phone. This time, sorry, Vanessa.
Number D, right?
Yes.
The temperature suddenly falling made as shiver as it became very cold.
You could not put fall and make together. There are two verbs in the same sentence. It is wrong. In one sentence, there must be only one verb. Okay, so it is wrong. So in that sentence, what is the main sentence? You need to check. It became very cold. It made us shiver. It became very cold. You will put that the main sentence. So the other two must be changed into participles. Or another way, the temperature suddenly fell. If you change participle for that, it is quite hard. It is hard to change. So for it became very cold, you could change like becoming very cold. So it's easier to change to participles and it makes sense too. So I will choose the temperature suddenly fell as the main phrase. As the main phrase. So became will be changed to become and put ing. Becoming very cold, comma. The temperature suddenly fell, comma, making us shiver. Or if you want to put the temperature suddenly fell, two participles can be at the back together, like two commas. So the temperature suddenly fell, comma, becoming very cold, comma, making us shiver. That is also okay. I think that sentence is better. I will say again here. The temperature suddenly fell, comma, becoming very cold, comma, making us shiver. Please learn this writing at home. Let's go to E. Which one is the main phrase?
The Sahara is the largest tropical desert in the world.
How?
Being the largest tropical desert in the world, the Sahara Desert covers 25% of Africa, fluctuating in size.
Fluctuate means up and down, up and down. So you would like to choose the Sahara Desert covers 25% of Africa as the main sentence. Okay. Being the largest tropical desert in the world, comma, the Sahara Desert covers 25% of Africa, comma, fluctuating in size. Okay, correct. You need to apply this type of writing in your this type of writing method when you do writing. The next one is number 3. Replace the semicolons in these sentences with different conectives. There are various possible answers. Okay. I've never been to New Zealand, though I would like to. Okay. Let's start from A. That's one. That's one. Would you like to try number A? I don't want to put semicolon. So how will you change?
I forgot to do it.
Emily. A. Emily. Then try. In the place of semicolon, what are you going to put? Then, are you with me? She's there. It's very attached. Illustration. I think connection is not good. Wait. Kevin, I want to ask you. Sume, I forgot it. Yeah. Sume later. Okay, Kevin, start number A.
The purpose of education is to prepare
Purpose.
purpose of
The
education
purpose.
is to prepare young people for adult life as they need to acquire knowledge and understanding.
Correct. In the place of semicolon, you put S. S means because, right? You don't want to use because. Then you can use S. Another possible word is since. If you put since, it is not wrong, correct? Wait, I cannot write yet. Since and S. Since and S, everyone. Yeah. So you would like to avoid using because, you can use since or S. They are the same. Okay, this time B. Sume, try.
The storm was more severe than the ones they were used to since they were in a mountainous region.
Correct. Since, because, as, the same here as well. Yes. C. Maria.
I don't mind coming with you, but I would prefer to stay at home.
I don't mind coming with you. Yes. In the place of bad.
Bad.
Yeah, bad is okay. But the other word? Although, although. That is also okay. Although. Vanessa, next. D. Vanessa?
Yes, he didn't suggest getting on the flight to
Succeed. He didn't succeed. See?
He didn't succeed in getting on the flight to Johannesburg.
Johannesburg.
However, he tried very hard.
Wait. However, yeah, your answer is correct, but the punctuation, you must be aware of punctuation. So Vanessa, it must be full stop. However means capital H, comma. Your answer will be this way. You need to put full stop. And then after that, however, comma, he tried very hard. Is it? In the place of however, if you don't want to put full stop, everybody, you could put although though. So you don't need to put full stop and you can write though. That is also possible. Vanessa, you don't need to erase. Your answer is okay. But check the punctuation. And the last one. Delayed means late. So how will you say?
The trains were delayed due to snow on the railway line.
Correct. Due to snow. As you put due to is followed by noun phrase. So you omitted there was. So your answer is correct. If you don't know how to omit, you need to put because. Because then you can put the whole sentence, right? Or if you put because of, you put of, there was will be omitted because because of is followed by noun phrase because of snow on the railway line. Due to snow on the railway line, the same. Okay, it is useful for writing. I think only 2. So let's do student's book. Course book. Oh, by the way, did I ask you to do effect and did I ask you to do effect? Not yet, right? Okay, so I will let you do it later. So let's do assess a course book now.
Teacher,
Yes.
Teacher is going to take a leave because she has a poor connection.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So for course book, where shall we start? We have finished Nelson Mandela. And I let you read 5B, text 5B. Okay, let's start the text 5B. Look at page 67. Explain orally what you have learned about the character of Aung San Suu Kyi. And next one, write one sentence definitions for the 5 words in bold in text 5B as they are used in the passage. And the other one is C. Forward. 4A, B, number 1, and C. What do the following prefixes and suffixes mean, judging from these words from the passage? Okay. So we will discuss the meaning of the meanings of prefixes and suffixes. First of all, I will give you some time to read those who didn't read. So you need to read quickly. And sample words. Laureate. Okay, let's let's do the first one. I think it is enough. I'll try by read the first part.
Born in Burma, also known as Myanmar, in 1945, Aung San Suu Kyi was the only daughter of Aung San, considered to be the father of modern-day Burma. She attended high school in New Delhi and then studied philosophy, politics, and economics at Oxford University. She moved to New York for graduate studies, where she worked as a hospital volunteer, helping patients learn to read. Following her marriage to Brighton Michael Ayres, she went to the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan and worked in the Royal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, also writing several books about her country. Her two sons, born in the UK in 1973 and 1977, were initiated into monkhood in a traditional Buddhist ceremony.
Everybody here, laureate. What is laureate? How do you understand by laureate? Prize laureate.
Somebody who has been given like a Nobel Peace Prize for doing something very
For
good.
doing something great, like, for being intelligent, for doing something great. Yes, correct. So here, yeah, the bold word is volunteer. How do you understand by volunteer?
Somebody who works without getting paid.
Correct. Who offers services without getting paid. Yes. So here, another you could learn some words like initiated into monkhood. You know monk? Yeah, it is something concerned with Buddhism, monkhood. So for points in Buddhism, they have to change to monkhood for a few days, right? Before being adults. So that is called monkhood. So we say initiated. It means started, so sort of. And we have translated like novitiation or blah blah blah. But in general, we have to translate in this way: traditional Buddhist ceremony. Okay, let's continue the second paragraph. Second one, the suppression.
The suppression by the military rulers of a mass uprising in Burma made Suu Kyi write a protest letter calling for democratic government of the country. In 1988, she formed a league to carry out non-violent civil disobedience and toured the country making speeches. She vowed to serve her country, even at the risk of death, as her father and mother had done. and continued her campaign despite the threats, arrests, and killings of her followers. She was placed under house arrest with her sons in 1989 without
Yes.
charge or trial, and went on hunger strike on behalf of students arrested with her. Despite her detention, her Nationalist for Democracy party won 82% of parliamentary seats in the election in 1990. But the rulers did not recognize the result.
Yes. Okay, you could learn many new words related to politics. Here's the expression. How do you understand my the expression?
Stop.
Xin anh nói gì kìa?
Stopping.
Adopt. Adopt, you mean adopt?
No, stopping the.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
You mean stop. Oh, yes. Yes, correct. The act of preventing. Yeah, the act of preventing. We have to say that one. The act, ACT. The act of preventing. Another one is what it make speeches, you know it. And next one is this one. In this case, we have to pronounce vow. She vowed to serve her country. He vowed to serve her country, even at the risk of death. And also, her campaign despite the threats, despite the threats. Okay, and let's go to next page. Without charge of trial. Without trial. In general, according to the rules, you know, the criminals must be how should I say? Must be checked at the trial, but there is no trial. So it's so unfair. One on hunger strike. One on hunger strike. Hunger strike, you know it. One on hunger strike. Despite her detention and 182% of parliamentary seats. So 182% of parliamentary seats. One. In the elections, you should know it. But not recognize the result. Not recognize the result. Okay, they are understandable. But you must be aware of some expressions. And third one, Kevin, read third one.
After receiving various human rights prize, she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991, but was unable to collect it in Oslo as she was still detained and refused to buy her freedom at expense of withdrawing from politics. She announced that she will use the prize money to provide her an education facilities for the Burmese people. Her popularity continued to grow at home and abroad. Suchi discouraged tourists from visiting Burma and business from investing in the country until it was free. Her husband died in 1999. He had not seen her since 1995 and was refused permission to visit her one last time. She knew that if she left the country, she would not be allowed to return.
Stop. So, and able to collect it, how do you understand by detained? How do you understand by detained?
It's like keep someone.
It means still control or still be, how should I say? She was still under control that way. She was still held up and refused to buy her freedom. She had to exchange, withdrawing from politics. So she didn't do that. Refused to buy her freedom. They use what is buy her freedom at the expense of withdrawing from politics that way. So here, continue to grow, popularity continue to grow. At home means local, in the country as well as abroad. Here, visiting Myanmar and businesses from their business, I don't need to explain. Yeah, the rest are okay. Let's go to the last part. Sumya, can you read the last part?
Yes. Now, after spending 15 years of the past 21 under house arrest, Suji is at liberty. She has recently been elected to the Burmese parliament and traveled to Europe, where in June 2012, she finally made her acceptance speech for the Nobel Peace Prize, which two decades late. And she believed that she survived her ordeal because of the BBC War Radio service, which allowed her to stay informed and be in touch with the rest of the world and the lives of other people. And through playing the piano, she said, when I was under the house arrest, I thought that what I wanted to be the most of all was a composer, because I thought then I could compose music and this could reach out to people all over the world, regardless of what language they knew or didn't know. She believed that resolving conflict is not about condemnation, but about discovering and solving the roots of the conflicts.
Yes. Yeah. House arrest, at liberty. Okay. She got freedom. It means elected. It means chosen. Made her acceptance speech. Made speech. 2 decades means 20 years. Decades means 10 years. 2 decades, 20 years. And her belief, resolving conflict. What is resolving? How do you understand my resolving? Finding the solution. Resolving means finding the solution. Conflict. 88 conflict. I encountered 88 conflict some years ago. That is called conflict. Okay. So resolving means solution, solving, finding the solution. Conflict. Contamination. Do you know condemn? How do you understand my contamination? What is the meaning of condemn?
Like it's
Not
strong
about condemn.
disapproval.
Yes. So condemnation means like strong disapproval, and you condemn the others. Criticism, not bad about discovering and solving the roots of conflict, the main sources of the conflict, right? Just searching for the main sources of conflict, not the expression of showing disagreement. There are some words and we could discuss the corridor. So can you give me some adjectives through this speech? Some adjectives. She is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can. What do you think?
Brave.
Yes, she is brave, courageous, brave.
Yeah. Also wise.
Wise. Yeah, you are right. She's wise. And do you think she is determined? She has decided to do something, so she doesn't change it easily, right? Even her husband was about to die, right? She didn't change her mind. It shows that she is determined. Correct. Anything else?
Very patient.
Say again.
Very patient.
Oh, patient. Yes. Tolerate, patient. You know, some people, when she has to stay alone and a home arrest, house arrest, most people cannot stay, right? But she could be patient. Yes, you are right.
What about peaceful? Peaceful.
Peaceful. Yeah, it is an adjective, but we could not use it for a person's corridor instead of peaceful. How can we say? Do you think she is intelligent? Yeah, because she could make speech to. So it means that intelligent. Anything else?
Yes, optimistic.
Optimistic. Why do you think she is optimistic? Can you give me the reason? Why do you want to put optimistic?
She teaches students about building the business industry into industry.
Okay, so I will put optimistic. Do you think she is defiant? She is defiant. Defiant. It is obstinate. You know, obstinate. She doesn't change her decision easily. Defiant. Another word is obstinate. I use obstinate mostly. According to her family members, she might be obstinate because she doesn't change her mind very easily. All right. So it means that obstinate, defiant. How about he could play the piano? So do you think she is musical? She loves music. And she's in the first paragraph. She worked in the Royal Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it means, yeah, intelligent already finished. Okay. And do you think she is generous? Because the money for facilities for the Burmese people. So I think she is generous. The one who is stingy won't do that kind of thing, right? So we could say that she is generous. There may be more, but as any adjective that you would like to put: brave, wise, determined, patient, intelligent, optimistic.
Teacher, what about admire?
Admire means you like someone. Admirable. The people admire, yeah, admire her. That is correct. But admire is a verb. We are talking about the character adjectives that show the characters.
Yes, independent.
Independent, you can put it. Sumin, can you give me the example? Why do you want to put independent?
Because suppression by the military ruler of the mass uprising in Burma made Suchi write a protest letter calling for democratic government of the country.
Independent. Sumin, how do you understand my independent? He doesn't depend. Say.
She doesn't depend on others.
Yeah, she doesn't depend on others. Actually, yes. Okay. I think it is enough. And we have already discussed the meanings of the whole words. Now I will go to number C. In this reading test, you could see some prefixes and suffixes. Everybody, let's go to next. Below. You could see below. What is the meaning of below? How do you understand by this prefix below? Come on, who wants to say? Do you know the meaning of below?
Liking.
Liking, yes. Yeah. Wait a minute. I didn't change. liking, level, everybody. Philo means liking or level. Love. How about hood? How do you understand my manhood, childhood? So what is the meaning of hood?
A group of
Condition or
people.
state.
Yes, state. The state of being a monk. That is called monkhood. State. How about step? SUB or SUB?
Under.
And
And in this case, suppression, right? And it means like the act of ending something by force. Over. Over. How about survive? Sir. Oh, sorry. That is like and rules of sorry. There must be and how about survive?
Beyond.
SUR. Beyond. How about CON or COM? Conflict. Composer. So how do you understand my that? Con. Con means with or together. Con means with or together. Okay. Who wants to present on this biography? The short account of this test. Come on.
okay, I'll
Yes.
try.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, so before I start, I want to request something that is like I will put Mrs. before her name. Okay, so Mrs. Aung San Suu Kyi, born in 1945, is a courageous leader from Burma. Following in her parents' footsteps of leadership, she studied at Oxford University, pursued further study while volunteering at a hospital in New York. She married Briton Michael and has 2 sons. And in 1988, she stood against Burma's unfair government, fighting for democracy. Despite enduring 15 years of house arrest, she found strength through playing the piano. Moreover, her political party achieved 82% of parliamentary seats in 1990 election due to citizen trust. And consecutively, she won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991 and chose to use her wings for citizens' help and education. So during her 15 years of house arrest, she missed Michael's funeral. And 2 decades later, she delivered her Nobel Prize acceptance speech, showcasing that bravery, patience, and determination can indeed bring significant change.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have used some good words. Yes. And you have summarized with your own words. Yes. A good talk. Anyone? Next one. Who wants to try? Yeah, the second one. After that, I will continue the next one. Naimyo, would you like to try?
I'm not ready yet, teacher.
You are not ready. Amelia, Tasu Ao, Vanessa, Ao Champai, Sume. How about Priya? Come on, come on. I would like to continue next. Quickly, quickly. Sume, please try.
I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready. Ao Champai, try.
Can
Oh, yeah, yeah. So you can try.
okay. So the father of the modern day Aung San's daughter, Rita Aung San Suu Kyi, was born in Burma in 1945, and she studied in New Delhi. And when she grew up, she studied in Oxford University, and she went to New York to work as a hospital volunteer while leading the life of her life in New York, and she had a marriage with Britain Michael Elvis, her husband, and worked in Royal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and wrote several books about her country at that time. Soon, she had two sons in UK in 1973 and 1977, and she put them into monk in a traditional Buddhist ceremony. Even though there was many suppressions from the military rulers, in 1988 she formed a league called Non-Violent Civil Disobedience. She formed a league to carry on the non-violent civil disobedience, and her campaign, despite the threat, arrests, and killings, she was placed under house arrest with her son in 1989 without church or trial. But even though those things happened, her party won 82% of the parliamentary seats in the election in 1990. And she got a Nobel Peace Prize in 1991 alongside with many other human rights prizes. And for her husband, he died in 1999 and he hadn't seen her since 1995. And they didn't allow to let him visit her, even though one last time. After 15 years of the house arrest, she is now in the liberty, and in June 2012, she finally made her acceptance speech for the Nobel Peace Prize, and she thanked the BBC World for helping her and feel in touch with the rest of the world and the lives of other people.
Okay, nice talk. So I hope you all understand that this lesson. Now I want to continue 5C. Everybody, let's go to 5C, Chinese Cinderella, the autobiography of Adeline Yanma, who was rejected by her stepmother. Okay. As usual, you have to read the test, of course. You have to read the test. Yeah, later I will tell you what to do. And Trying to understand sample words. Page 70C. Page 70C, look at the following verbs which are bold in the passage. Say what you associate with each of them and how they contribute to the effectiveness of the description. So here, changed, wondered, whips, and seethed, and salivated. So you need to use these words and trying to understand the new word. Okay, let's see. Have you read? Have you finished reading? I mean, briefly. Finished? Hello, hello. Still reading? Trying to understand the new words? There are many beautiful words and expressions. You should be aware of some beautiful expressions so that you can apply them in your writing. Everybody listen. On Monday when we meet, I won't give you time for reading this test again. And you must try to understand it. And I will go directly to the task. That is number 6A. How many sentences have been used in the description in text 5C? You have experienced it in global book about census. Do you remember? And I will discuss it again. There are many beautiful expressions, phrases. So you should be aware of these and trying to understand the meaning. And the second one I will discuss, number 6B. It means which images of ideas means which phrases did you find the most powerful to create a sense of exclusion or loneliness? So to make it simple, which phrases create a sense of loneliness? Okay, some expressions in the passage. That one. And of course, I will discuss C. C, the meaning. D is concerned with writing style. Why short simple sentences are used? Questions. The effects of using short simple sentences, questions, exclamations, and lists, right? I will discuss that. And also E, sympathy. Why do you think this reading test is quite sympathetic? All right, we will discuss that. So these are the things that I'm going to do concerning this test next week. And I let you read ahead text 5D and 5E. Okay, so for your reading practice, 5D and 5E, read ahead. I want to give you homework. Just reading from the student's book, from the course book, only reading. For homework workbook is page 35. You have page 35, number 5. The difference between effect, EFFECT and EFFECT in number 5. Very simple. The meanings are not very different. The thing is part of speech. EFFECT effect is verb. EFFECT effect is noun. That's all. Verb and noun. The meanings are quite similar. So you need to fill in the gaps with EFFECT or EFFECT. And number 6 is just for brainstorming, like close type. You can put suitable words. If your answer is quite suitable, I will accept it. If it is beyond the possible answer, I will give you the answer. Don't worry. Just try number 6. Read and put suitable words. Number 7 is also dictionary work. You need to use dictionary and put some words like COM, CON, SUB, SUP, SUR. You need to use these prefixes. So your answers cannot be the same. If it is suitable, I will accept it. Just do it. You are supposed to use dictionary, so I let you do it homework. Only 3. What? I let you do 3. Yes, only 3 for homework. The rest you cannot do. Number 8 will be done here. I will do together with you, right? Any question for today? Hello, Clay. Do you have something to say concerning homework? No? Okay, so I will stop here. Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend. See you next week.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.